Welcome to our channel, where shocking plots, unexpected twists and secrets are revealed that keep viewers glued to their screens. If you are passionate about dramatic and emotional TV stories, join us to discover the unexpected developments in a life-changing moment in the series Beyond the Gates. Nicole walked into the room with a serious expression, holding a white envelope that looked harmless but contained a truth that could completely change both of their lives. She did not speak immediately but just stood opposite Ted, her eyes unreadable. A momentary hesitation before she handed the envelope to him. The atmosphere in the room immediately became stifling, tense as a string. Ted looked at Nicole, then looked down at the envelope in his hand. He did not open it right away, because he had a bad feeling in his heart. As if he was about to lose something important that he himself was not ready to admit. Since Nicole's return, Ted has lived in a vague hope that the two of them could start over. He believed in the good things that remained in this relationship, believed in the child that he always thought was his blood, the unbreakable bond between him and the woman he once loved deeply. But all those hopes began to waver from the moment the envelope appeared in Nicole's hand. As Ted slowly tore the edge of the envelope, his fingers stiffened. Inside was a DNA test paper. Clear and decisive, with his name, the child's name, and a bold line at the bottom that made the world collapse at his feet. No blood relationship. Not the father. Not the father. The words kept repeating in Ted's head like a thunderclap in a quiet storm. His eyes were glued to the paper, as if he couldn't believe what he was reading. All the months he had lived believing the child was his, all the times he had pushed aside his doubts to protect Nicole. All the pain he had endured when he was suspected of being an irresponsible father, it all paled in comparison in this moment. Nicole stood there, not saying a word. She did not cry, did not plead, did not explain. Her silence made it all the more cruel. The truth was exposed, naked, unforgiving. She had kept this secret for so long, lived a lie. Built a fake life on lies cleverly disguised by old feelings and the blind trust of a man who still loved her. For Ted, this truth was more than a biological shock. It was a profound emotional betrayal, a shattering of every good memory he had of Nicole. Ted remembered the moments when he had placed his hand on Nicole's pregnant belly. The times he had imagined a future family of 3, the silent promises he had made in the night about being a good father, all of which had been shattered by a DNA test. The sense of loss was not only that he was not the father, but that he no longer knew who Nicole was. The woman he had loved had kept the most important truth from him, and had chosen to remain silent rather than tell her from the beginning. She had left him in a long dream, only to wake him up in the middle of the night, alone and cold. A flood of chaotic thoughts flooded Ted's mind. He wondered why Nicole had decided to reveal this now. Had she been forced to do it? Had someone found out and she had no choice? Or had she grown tired of pretending? Ted didn't know, and he wasn't sure he wanted to know. All he felt was a sharp pain in his chest, a sense of humiliation and betrayal, a terrifying emptiness. Nicole didn't approach him, nor did she try to comfort him. She kept her distance, as if she knew that any word she said now would only make things worse. She had chosen this moment to free herself from a secret she could no longer bear. But the price of that release was the unspeakable pain of someone who had once placed all her trust in her. Ted stood motionless for a few minutes, eyes still on the paper but his mind in a fog. Disorientation consumed him. Images of the child, her smile, her eyes, the way she said his name, were distorted, as if he had been stripped of the right to love someone he thought was his own. He didn't know how to face this reality, didn't know if he could forgive. Or even if he should. He only knew that, from this moment on, everything was changed forever. If he had ever held out hope for a family, had wanted to mend the cracks in the past, he was now forced to accept that the past had been distorted from the start. He had built a castle on sand, and with just a small wave of truth, it was all washed away. There was nothing to hold on to, nothing to save. Ted turned away, slowly and heavily, carrying with him the unspoken pain that he knew would haunt him for a long time. Nicole didn't leave. She stood there, as if waiting for something, perhaps forgiveness, perhaps an opportunity, or simply a response. But Ted said nothing. He left the room without looking back, leaving Nicole with an empty envelope in her hand and a cold space between two people who once loved each other. Thank you for following our story. If you don't want to miss any of the next shocking developments, don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel to continue discovering the secrets, shocks, and unexpected twists in Beyond the Gates and many other dramatic series.